What's up, my people? Hello, how are ye? How are we doing today? How's your day going, girl? Is it going good? That's great. We love a girl with a good day. We love a girl with a good day. What? I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I feel so much better today than I did in my last video, because in my last video I was still a little bit sick, a little bit. I had like this shit going on right here. It was like all right here, and when I was editing it back, I just felt like I was not myself because I did not feel very good, girl. But I feel amazing today. May or may not have had a fuck ton of coffee today. Let's just throw that out there. Okay, so into the video. So as I have stated in videos before, but have never followed through with, which is me, hashtag fucking loser. Okay, so as I've stated in videos before, but have never followed through with, I told you guys that this year I want to start doing like a little bit different videos on my channel, and I always feel like when it comes to makeup videos that I have to stick to like a certain realm of video. Like when it comes to makeup videos, I always feel like it has to be like a get ready with me or a review or something along the lines of that. But this year I'm going to start doing a little bit different stuff. And what inspired me to do this video was not only me decluttering my collection, but I don't know if you guys watch Jessica Braun. It used to be like Jam Beauty something or another, some numbers or something behind her name. I don't watch her a ton. I am subscribed to her. I don't watch her a shit ton, but I did come across this video months ago, I think she did, that was curating my collection. And basically what she was doing was a sort of a declutter, but she was keeping like the best of the best and like curating her collection to where everything that she had was stuff that she was actually going to be using. It wasn't like just sitting there because I have to have this because it's part of this collection or whatever. And I thought, what a fucking great idea. So for me, my goal for the 2019s is to, from now on, only buy the stuff that I really know I'm going to get good use out of, getting my collection down declutter wise to the best of the best, basically. Everything that I know I'm physically going to use. I've always told myself over the years that I'm a YouTuber, so I have to keep this. I have to keep this around because I'm going to use it for my YouTube channel. Well, guess what, bitch? I never used it for my YouTube channel. So because of that, I want to start, quote, air quotes, curating my collection. So I thought, what a better way to start doing this than to lift it off. What? I'm so animated today. I've had a lot of caffeine. Then to start it off, not lift it off, with a video of stuff that I'm no longer going to buy. Makeup I'm no longer going to buy. There is one skincare thing in here, and it's not like a specific item. Most of the things on this list are generalizations. So let's get into it. Okay, let's do it. Here we go. First on the list is high-end eyeliner. So not gonna lie, back in the day I have succumbed to a YouTuber or two brainwashing where I felt the need to buy a $20 to $30 eyeliner, but girl, it's fucking eyeliner. First of all, there's just as good eyeliner at the drugstore. Second of all, it's fucking eyeliner. So eyeliner's not like a foundation or like a concealer. When it comes to eyeliner, they're basically all the same formulation. Yes, there are eyeliners that maybe stay in your waterline or, you know, don't fade off through the day or whatever, better than others, but at the end of the day, they're all pretty much the fucking same. They all pretty much do the same thing, right? Am I right? I know I'm right. I know I'm right, girl. You can't tell me otherwise. So next up on the list is full coverage foundation. So if y'all have been watching my videos over like the past 6 months to a year, then you will notice that I feel like I just look better with lighter coverage foundation. And that's not to say that if there is like a request for a review or there's like a super hyped up foundation or something like that, that I won't go out and buy that particular foundation. But I guess what I'm saying is that I'm not going to go out and seek full coverage foundations anymore. When my acne was at its worst and I felt the need to buy it. I would seek like the highest, fullest coverage foundations I could find. And just what I've noticed like over the past year or two is that they just don't fucking look good on me, girl. Like maybe when I was a little bit younger and I could like pack that shit on, but now that I'm a little bit older, I'm in my 30s, the more foundation I put on, the worse it looks. Are you feeling me? I know some of you guys feel me out there, because it's like you pound that shit on and you're like, God damn, girl, it looks so amazing on camera, but then when you walk into your bathroom and look in the mirror, you're like, who is this bitch standing in front of me? It's not cute, girl. It's just not cute. It's like crusting off. Another reason, which I failed to mention, is with lighter coverage foundation, it's just like it wears off so much nicer throughout the day. When I wear full coverage foundation, I feel like if I scratch my cheek or like rub my nose, y'all know I bitch constantly how bad my allergies are. I don't take any medication for them because I'm obviously an idiot, but my allergies are bad and I'm constantly rubbing my nose or like scratching or itching. I'm like a big face toucher. I always feel like I gotta be touching my face. I don't know why. It's probably why I had acne for fucking years. But I feel like when it comes to full coverage foundation or light coverage foundation, you can do that stuff without like looking like a crazy bitch. You know what I mean? Because when I would wear full coverage and I would like scratch my nose, there would literally be like, you know, an indentation between foundation and actual skin, or like I would scratch my cheek. It would be a line where my foundation, you know, where my nail like dug off the fucking 8 inches of foundation that I had on my face because it was a full coverage foundation. So I feel like it just looks so much better on me. Lighter coverage looks so much better on me. And if there is an occurrence where my acne happens to come back, I feel like I'm still going to stick with the light coverage and just do like a spot conceal versus like just pounding it on. Because I feel like even when you do have acne, the more you put on there, the worse it tends to look, because then it starts to dry out through the day and, you know, it starts to look a little bit cakey, like around your zits. And I've been through it all, girl. Believe me, I've been down the road and back, and it just looks so much nicer when you have a lighter coverage and then conceal your zits afterwards. So I will not be buying no more full coverage foundation. I mean, let's be real. Ain't nobody trying out for motherfucking season 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race, okay? Next up on the list, I can't say that every time. I can't say next up on the list every time, because when I go to edit it, I'm going to be like, stop saying next up on the list every fucking time. So the next thing that I have on my list, I need to find a different word other than next. Another thing, there we go. Another thing I have on my list is high-end mascara. And if you have been with me for the long haul, y'all already know, all my OG subscribers out there, y'all know that this is something that I have proclaimed for years, that I will not buy high-end mascara. There has been a time or two, again, where I have become victim of some YouTuber brainwashing. But at the end of the day, I could probably count on maybe 2 hands. Maybe 1, but probably 2 hands, the amount of high-end mascaras that I purchased. And the reason is because, again, like with the eyeliner, I just feel like there are perfectly good mascaras at the drugstore that do the same thing. It's just mascara. It's not like it's foundation, which is why I don't have, like, I'm not purchasing high-end foundation anymore on this list, because with foundation and things like that, there are certain ingredients in there that do, you know, different things. Yes, when it comes to mascara, you know, formulation matters, brush matters, but at the end of the day, there's so many mascaras drugstore wise, and because the cosmetic industry is where it is right now and it is just flourished into like this monstrosity, it's so much easier nowadays to find a drugstore mascara that does just as good as what a high-end one does. So, said it before, I'll say it again, girl. I ain't buying high-end mascara anymore. I just don't think it's worth spending $30 on something you can spend half the money on and essentially get the same results. Another thing I have on here is just like the mascara that I've proclaimed for years that I rarely buy high-end of, is lipstick. And BT dubs, just because I own high-end products of like the things that are on this list, or if you see me with high-end products after like my decluttering, after I've like made this video and said that I wasn't going to buy it, it doesn't necessarily mean that I purchased it for full price, because if I can get something with Ulta points or something, you know, at a deep-seated discount, like it basically has to be the price of drugstore and I will purchase it. Or if it's something, there may be exceptions here and there. If it's something that I feel like the formulation can't be replicated, the color can't be replicated, then yes, maybe I will, but 9 times out of 10, I usually don't. Also, y'all know I work at Ulta and I get a lot of stuff for gratis. So just because you see high-end does not necessarily mean I did purchase it. It could mean that I got it for gratis, or somebody gave it to me, or somebody sent it to me. Let's be real, ain't nobody sending me shit. So more times than not, you're probably not going to see, after I do my declutter, me like hauling any type of high-end lipstick. Because I feel the same way as mascara. I feel like with lipstick, it's the same deal. And y'all know I'm not like a big lipstick ass bitch anyways. Like I don't really fucks with lipstick like that. I love my glosses, but when it comes to lipsticks, like I don't fucks with matte. I do like a satin lipstick, but I always end up putting a gloss over it anyways. And there are certain glosses that, which BT dubs, that's the reason why glosses is not on this list, because there are certain high-end glosses that I have not found oh my god, replications for formula or for colors for. I mean, just to be real with you guys, one of the main reasons why I didn't put glosses on here is because I really fucks with the Dose of Colors glosses. Because I really like the formula of them. They taste really good, they smell really good, and they look so nice on your lips. So that's why glosses isn't on here. But when it comes to lipsticks, I don't have any plans, and there's not any type of lipstick that I can think of right off the top of my head that I'm like, oh my god, I have to have that. That I couldn't find drugstore wise. Again, the cosmetic industry is like so huge right now. It's so much easier to find either a drugstore item just as good, same color, or even, you know, super similar to the color, or an indie brand, because I really want to start looking more into purchasing more indie makeup. So that's another reason why I am creating this list too, because I think that maybe if I stick to this, it'll like push me into the realm of buying more indie branded stuff, just because I never did before. Because y'all know when I lived out in my old house, my fucking mailman was like my arch nemesis of shit. He was always like putting my shit on the road and like just not dropping it off at all, and whatever else. We won't get into it, girl, but if you've been with me for a minute, y'all know what I'm talking about. So and I never like to order online because of that. But now that I live in town, my mailman likes to come very early. If I have a package, he brings it up to my door. He doesn't like stick it on the side of the road or throw it in the yard, because he doesn't want to come to the house, because he thinks my dogs are going to attack him, even though my dogs are well housed inside of my house behind a locked door. So, high-end lipstick. Not buying it anymore. Not going to do it. Next on the list is holiday palettes. Holiday palettes, for those of you who do not speak my weirdness. Holiday palettes. I probably stopped doing this, I would say, maybe like the year before last year. I told myself like, dude, I am so over this like holiday palette shit. And it seems like as the years progress and as the cosmetic industry progresses, they keep getting worse and worse and worse. More elaborate, more like useless packaging, more gimmicky, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So a couple of years ago, I was like, dude, I'm not doing it anymore. Not only because I feel like it's like hashtag consumerism, but which I'm not really like a consumerism ass bitch, because I mean, let's be real, I like to fucking shop. And I'm not like an SJW by any means, because it's just not that serious for me. So I felt like not only was the packaging kind of like, what the fuck is this? It's so gimmicky and like so much extra stuff and like hard to store and whatever else, but I also feel like the formulation on top of anything else was just like not on par with their regular formulation. So like for instance, a Too Faced, which this is like the first thing that popped in my head, so you can use it with anything, Urban Decay, whatever. It seems like when they throw a holiday palette out, because it's so mass produced, that the formulation in that palette is nowhere near what their shadows are. So like Too Faced, for instance, whenever they come out with a holiday palette, I feel like the quality of the shadows is nowhere near what like the chocolate bar palette is or the peach palette, because those are two Too Faced palettes that I really do like. But whenever there's a holiday one, it's just like the shadows aren't as pigmented, they're kind of dusty, they kind of wear off during the day, like they're just not as good. And I feel like it's because it's mass produced. And the same thing goes for like makeup brushes. Whenever there's holiday sets of makeup brushes or whatever else, because those kind of items are mass produced, they're such lower quality, because when it comes to holiday, that's like their money making time. When it comes to like retail and sales and everything else, that's like their biggest time of the year. So the cheaper they can put that stuff out, the more money they're going to come in. So the cheaper they can make it, the better. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I can't flex with the holiday palettes anymore. I used to buy them, like every year I used to be like, okay, I want the NARS one, the Smashbox one, the Too Faced one, the Urban Decay one. Like I used to buy like every brand's holiday palettes that would come out, and I always told myself, again, like I said earlier, it's because I'm a YouTuber, I need to buy these palettes. But even with that being said, even though I'm a YouTuber and buying these palettes to review or do looks with or whatever, at the end of the day, you can only use them for a short amount of time. And who's to say like who has what after that holiday is over? You know what I mean? Like if I busted out, I don't know, like a fucking Kat Von D, because Kat Von D's sitting right there, like a Kat Von D holiday palette from 2 years ago, the odds that even any of you guys are gonna have that is real fucking slim, girl. And at the end of the day, I realize that you can just replicate the colors or just take inspiration off of that. But I like to use the things that you guys have in my videos, so that way you can like follow me or take inspiration from each individual eyeshadow I use or whatever the case may be. So we ain't buying holiday palettes up in this bitch no mo, Veronica. Another one that kind of falls in line with holiday palettes on here is YouTuber collaborations. I feel like, again, it's something that's mass produced. And in my mind, maybe this isn't true. Maybe it's not true. But in my mind, I feel like, just like with celebrity collaborations, like are those people, like do you really see those YouTubers or beauty gurus or whatever up in the fucking lab, like testing shit and picking colors? Probably fucking not. They can say they were all day long, but at the end of the day, like if I'm not seeing like bold face, bone down fucking video evidence of you in this lab like formulating stuff like a fucking chemist or shit, then I'm probably not gonna believe you. Just saying, just throwing it out there. And obviously, we all kind of got a little taste of that with the whole Nikki Tutorial / Too Faced debacle. So she had a lot of palettes that some of them were good and some of them weren't. And then it got to the point where it was like, the ones in this country are better than the ones in this country. And it's like, what the fuck? If you were actually there, like in the formulation process, then how could that even happen? And odds are it's more times than not probably just this person signing a contract, going in and saying, I like this color, this color, this color, and this color, them slapping it in a palette and being done with it. I'm not trying to generalize and say that happens all the way across the board, because I'm sure it doesn't. I'm sure there are YouTubers that like go in and help formulate and stuff like that. I know Desi and Katie are big ones that kind of go into the Dose of Colors labs and test out the eyeshadows and help with formulations and stuff like that. So is it all of them? No. But at the end of the day, I still feel like there are certain ones, and maybe there will be an exception like in the future. I feel like I really want the, what is it called, the Friendcation palette that Desi and Katie come out with. The only thing that's holding me off from purchasing that now is because I'm like, I have 80 other fucking palettes that look just like that in my collection. But I really like Dose of Colors eyeshadows, and I don't own any, so I'm like, should I? But most likely I probably won't, because I need to stick to my guns here, girl. So no more YouTuber collaborations for me, unless the YouTuber is, you know, specifically showing that they helped formulate that. Then I'm out, girl. You could count me out. Count it out. I tried to do the fucking cut it out. Okay, moving on. This one is kind of in the realm with the holiday palettes and the YouTuber collaborations. And it's palettes I won't freaking use. For me, I have such a problem with buying stuff that's aesthetically pleasing. If it, like the color selection looks pretty, or it's like aesthetically pleasing, or I'm like, oh my God, I love those colors, I'll buy that motherfucker in a heartbeat. But I know, even though I know in the way back of my head that I won't use it, I'll still purchase it, and then I'll end up using like one color out of it, and then I toss it to the side and it ends up in this big ass box in my collection, and I never ever use it. So palettes that I won't use, or going along with that, palettes that have colors I know I'm not going to use. So I want to start doing, like, if a eyeshadow palette that I want has no less than 4 colors that I know I'm going to use on a regular basis, I'm not going to do it, girl. I ain't going to buy it. I ain't going to do it. Y'all hold me to it, too. Y'all hold me to it. Now up to the skincare portion of my list. I mean, it's not really a portion. It's just one thing. But who cares? Okay. Skincare over $80. Now, let me just throw out there that there will probably time and again be exceptions to the rule. Just saying. I don't want you bitches out there calling me out in the comments like, bitch, you said you wasn't gonna spend $80 on skincare. You said you wasn't gonna do this. You think there's gonna be exceptions now and again. I'm just saying generally, this is the stuff that I'm not gonna buy anymore. If something comes along and like punches me in the face, then maybe I will. But for the most part, I ain't gonna do it, girl. I ain't gonna do it. Okay, so skincare over $80. And the reasoning behind this, which I know there are many people out there who disagree, but if y'all follow me, then you guys know that I am a huge advocate, and I ain't ashamed to say it, for Botox and fillers, only because I am not this like 21-year-old girl running around talking about, I said Botox and fillers and blah, blah, blah. No, bitch, I am in my 30s. I am in my late 30s. And over the years, I have realized there is not a one skincare, not a motherfucking one, that is going to do for my skin what Botox and fillers do. So if you disagree with that, that's fine by you. If you are somebody that's like, no, your wrinkles are natural and age beautifully, I'm not. So let's just be it at that, right? You like your shit, I like my shit. That's what's cool about the world, is that people like different things, and you don't gotta get mad at people for liking different things. They're allowed to like different things, just like you. Of all the years of all the skincare things that I have tried, I feel like there is nothing over a certain price point that is worth that price point. Yes, it's going to make your skin look a little bit better, whatever, but as you guys know, I do the Botox and fillers. I also, for texture and things like that, do chemical peels, and because I can get them at such a cheap price, I feel like a lot of these things that are, you know, out nowadays, especially with this whole like Drunk Elephant thing and this whole, what's the other brand, Sunday Riley thing, a lot of their products are AHA and BHA based, and you can go on Makeup Artist Choice website that, like I've talked about in the past, and get products and, you know, go buy a cheap moisturizer and dump some fucking TCA or dump some fucking lactic acid into it, and essentially have the same thing at a literal fraction of the price of what these companies are selling their skincare for. Now, when it comes to skincare, yes, the higher price the skincare is, the better the ingredients are. That's why it's at a higher price. But over the years, I feel like there is nothing that is going to do to my skin, because girl, I've spent all the dollars, all of them, all the dollars on all the skincare, trying to age reverse this. You know what I mean? And I've just found that I like Botox fillers so much better. And when it comes to texture or acne or something like that, then I can use my chemical pills. So I have like this whole circle of things. Right now, I'm using it, and the reason, BT dubs, why that $80 mark is where it's at is because there is something from Perricone that I'm using right now, and I feel like, so Perricone products don't put their ingredients on their products, which is pretty smart, but because they don't put their ingredients on their products, I don't know what's in it, but I know that I am out of chemical peels right now, and this product is sustaining what my chemical peels do, and it is a $79 product, but I feel like it is making a difference in my skin. But then again, I feel like, is it only making a difference because I'm not using chemical peels right now? I plan on ordering chemical peels and doing a video. I know there's a couple of you guys that are like, do the fucking chemical peel video. I will. I'm just out of them right now. I have to order them. And once they come in and I do like maybe a peel or two and kind of build my skin up to it, then I'll do a video on it. I, over the years, have been very sus about doing a chemical peel video. And the reason is because you can burn your fucking face off, girl. And I would hate to show somebody, this is how I do it on my skin, and then they turning around and doing the exact same process on their own skin and it just fucking going awry, because what I can put on my skin may not necessarily be the same thing you can put on your skin. You know what I mean? Which I'll go through and talk about that in the chemical peel video. I just have to be very careful on how I approach it, because girl, you can really fuck your shit up, like permanently, Veronica, permanently. So that is why that $80 mark is there, just because I'm using that Perricone product. But more times than not, once I get my chemical peels back and I start like doing the whole process again, I probably will no longer buy that. Okay, next on the list is products that are extremely overhyped that I know I will not get any use out of. So, AKA Morphe. Again, I have fell victim to being a mindless sheep when it comes to beauty gurus and the fucking YouTubes, because every time there's a product that I see this person talk about, I'm like, oh my god, I have to try it too. Even if it's a product that like I don't even fucks with. Like so back in the day, if I seen somebody, 1,000 people talking about this super light, because back in the day I used to wear very full coverage, right? So if I saw somebody just completely overhyping like a light coverage foundation, I would literally go out and buy that light coverage foundation, knowing goddamn well that I wasn't going to fucking use it, because I don't use light coverage foundation. So this goes back to only using or only purchasing the things I know I'm going to get really good use out of. And just because motherfucking Jeffree Star or Jaclyn Hill or who the fuck ever said that, oh my god, this is the most amazing product ever, I ain't gonna do it, girl. If I know I ain't gonna use it, I ain't gonna fucking do it. I don't care how good they say it is or how bad they say you need it. And I feel like lately too on YouTube, a lot of us are starting to kind of dwindle down when it comes to that, only because of sponsorships, because of PR, because of paid advertisements like on Instagram and stuff like that. Not disclosing advertisements like on Instagram and stuff like that. I think we're all, as consumers, a little bit more wary of what we're purchasing versus, 3, 4, 5 years back, we were just mindlessly buying. I know I was. I'm sure there are some of you out there that were too. We're just like mindlessly purchasing this stuff because these people were saying it was so good. That was before the time of sponsorships and PR and everything else. So, I think we're a little bit more cautious now of what we purchase, but even with that being said, I'm still like, if I know I ain't gonna use it, girl, I ain't gonna buy it. I ain't gonna buy it. I'm not gonna do no more. And then the last thing up on my little list right here also has maybe a little bit of consumption, maybe a little bit. So the last thing on my list is highlighting and bronzing palettes. I don't know why I feel the need to buy an entire 6 fucking pans of bronzers that I'm only going to use the 1 pan of. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not fucking with that anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. As of lately I don't really do a lot of commission makeup anymore, so I just don't need like all that stuff around. The bronzing and the highlighting palettes are really, really nice when you're doing makeup on other people because, you know, you've got that variety of colors there. But when it comes to yourself, you really don't need that. There are, you know, certain palettes you can get away with when it comes to like bronzing and highlighting or whatever. If it's just like a 4-banger palette. That I can understand because, you know, maybe you're super tan in the summertime and super pale in the wintertime like I am. But at the end of the day, you're still only going to be using a couple of those. And when it comes down to it, I just don't contour and highlight like I used to. I like a little bit more of like a youthful glow with a bronzer and maybe even like a little bit of a shimmery bronzer versus like a cut as fuck cheek that I would get from a contour or contour palette. So I ain't gonna do no more, girl. And when it comes to highlighting palettes, like, bitch, there's literally like one fucking highlighter in every highlighting palette I own that I'm actually able to use on my face. So if there is not more than one color in that palette that I know I'm going to use, I ain't gonna fucking buy it, girl. I ain't gonna do no more. I just ain't. Okay, so that's it. That's my vidya. Those are the things that I refuse to buy anymore, Veronica. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm only purchasing stuff that I know I'm gonna fucking use, girl. Now, let me just reiterate, because I know there'll be some little bees up in the comments like, you said you wasn't gonna buy that. There will be exceptions here and there, okay? There's not gonna be exceptions like I'm gonna go out every week and like buy all this shit that I said I wasn't gonna buy. But if somebody asked me to do a review on something, if there's something that's like super hyped up and a lot of you guys are really interested in it, you know, stuff along the lines of that, then yes, I will purchase. And even if I know that it's something that, you know, I may not necessarily plan on using a fuck ton of times, if you guys would like to see it, I'll definitely do it. So it's not going to be one of these that's like, you know, that's end of the spectrum or the end of the spectrum that where maybe you guys are going to be like, hey bitch, we ain't fucking review this full coverage foundation for me. And I'm like, no bitch, I said I wasn't going to buy that one video I did 6 months ago. It's not going to be all that. So is there anything on my list that y'all are like, I'm not going to buy that either? Will you join me? Do you guys want to join me? Let's do this together, girl. Let's fucking be there for each other. Yeah, let's do that. Bury that. So what on the list are you guys like, bitch, no, because I like this, this, and this, and I'll refuse to stop buying it? Or is there anything that I didn't put on the list that you're like, I'm just not fucking with that anymore, girl. I ain't gonna buy it no more. Please let me know in the comments below. Y'all know I love talking to you in the comments. And I think that's it for my video. It's outro time now. So Jesus, why can't I end videos? What's wrong with me? Subscribe, like it, do things that sound like that. And I'm just gonna cut it off. I will catch you guys in my next one. Peace.
Typically, no, that's not the word I want to use. Typical's not the word I want to use. Next week, what? Oh, Jesus. I think he focus on me. Bye. You still got your radio on? Yeah, it's recording. Hi, everybody. You miss me? So, can I help you with something? So, no, just go in here. Why don't this light on so bright? Lighting? It's so bright. It's 4 different lights, different brightness. Well, don't look into the light. Caroline. What'd you just call me? Caroline! Go to the light, Caroline! You wouldn't know anything about that if I subscribers on my mother. Peace out, bro. A specific what? Oh my god. What is in my eyeball? Bro! My hair is falling out. My hair is falling down. What's going on with it? Okay. I look like Snooki. But now that what? Oh, no. Only wait. Wait. Look at my hair just falling all over the place. The fuck? Stay in, little squinky ass hair. Look at his little squinky ass hair. 219? That's not what it's called. I will